Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's Eyeliner here from Indie Artistry, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create this really fun, crazy looking tiger print cut crease. I've been thinking about doing a tiger print look for maybe the last 4 weeks or so. I don't know why, something just kind of made me think of it. But yeah, it's a very exotic look. I really like it. It's definitely not one that you would wear out of the house. It's definitely not an everyday look, but I think it's fun and I like to have a little play around and do something a bit more artistic every now and then. So yeah, so if you would like to see how I created this tiger print look, then keep on watching. Okay, so eyebrows, white eyeshadow base, tape under the eye to be our template. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the winged eyeshadow eyeliner template going on, and obviously, well, I'm not sure if that's obvious actually. And the reason why I don't have my face makeup done at this point is because I don't want to pull the foundation off once I remove the tape. So we'll do that a bit later. And now the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm taking a domed crease brush and I'm going in with my Conspiracy palette, and I'm taking the shade here called My Rides here, and I'm applying this to the crease and bringing that out in a winged shape, and I'm packing this on quite thick or quite densely, but I'm also trying to keep the edges nice and blended as well, just to make it easier to properly blend out once we add in the next shade, because especially with black that can be quite difficult. And so to do that, I'm just using circular motions to apply it instead of swiping motions. So swirling that black color on and yeah, getting that nice and pigmented. Okay, so now that we have the black base for the crease down, we're going to obviously, as I said before, blend that out. So I'm going to be taking a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going in with this shade here called Cheese Dust, and I'm just going to apply this on the edge of where the black and the blank skin meet, and just using little swirling motions to help get that color packed on there and blend those colors together. And we want to make sure that we're constantly adding more and more color, because if you keep blending without having any pigment on the brush, you're going to be picking up the black onto the blending brush and spreading that black in places where you don't want it. So you have to be very careful when it comes to that, but we also don't want to be adding too much pigment, because then it's going to be super hard to blend out. So just making sure that there is a little bit of pigment on the brush at all times basically. And we do want to build up the color as well, so we'll do like a first layer and then we'll go back and add more as well. I decided to just stamp on the orange color across the crease first, because I found that I was picking up a little bit of black still, and I just wanted to make sure that I got the purple on there really pigmented before I started blending the black into it. Okay, so the crease is blended out slightly now, but we are going to blend it out some more. So I'm taking another fluffy blending brush, and this time I'm going in with my Jawbreaker palette, and I'm going to take this white shade here called Virgin, and I'm going to go along the orange and do the same thing that I was doing before, doing light circular motions to blend out that orange into the blank space above it. And this is going to take out a little bit of color, so afterwards I'm going to go back in with the orange Cheese Dust shade and the black My Rides here shade, and I'm going to go between all three shades and just use those to keep blending into each other and building up the pigment until we're happy with the blend. Okay, so now that we've got the blend looking pretty good, we're going to tidy up the eyelid to carve out the crease. And so I'm going to be taking some micellar water and a flat rounded concealer brush, and I'm using this to carve out a winged cut crease and removing the product off of the eyelid using that micellar water. And then once I'm finished carving that out, I'm going to wipe the product off the eyelid using a cotton tip. And this is just because we're using such a dark colour, you know, black, that when we put the base down, when we carve out the crease, we want the base to be as white as possible so that the lid colour really stands out. And if we're mixing the black in with the white base, then we're going to end up with grey and we're not going to have the nicest colour. Alright, so we've got the eyelid looking nice and clean, and now it's ready for our base. So I'm going to be carving out the crease using my P.Louise base in the shade Room Zero, and I'm going to apply that with a flat rounded concealer brush. And so I'm applying this all over the eyelid up into the crease where we've pre-carved, and I'm making sure that I'm not doing swiping motions too often. We really want to be trying to do tapping motions to keep the base where it needs to be and nice and even, as opposed to, you know, being all streaky. And this is also going to help us to prevent any of the eyeshadows we've already got on the eye from mixing with the base, so that we can have the base nice and white as possible for our next colour to go on. Okay, now that we've carved out the crease and the base is nice and even, I'm going in with a all over shader brush and a mini eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to use these to apply Cheese Dust, that orange shade from the Conspiracy palette, all over the eyelid, everywhere I've just put the base. And I'm using the mini eyeshadow brush to get right up close to where the cut crease is, where it meets the black, so that I can get a really precise application and get it right up and covering all of the white. Okay, so now comes the hard part. We're going to be drawing the tiger stripes on the eye. So to do that, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing liquid eyeliner pen, and I'm basically just drawing lines coming from the top and the bottom of the orange section there. And there's not really a right and wrong way to do this. You just kind of have to make sure that the lines aren't straight, and you can kind of just do whatever you like with this. Just pop a line here, pop a line there, and some thicker, some thinner, and just making sure that you cover that whole orange section with stripes. Next, I'm just going to outline the cut crease using the eyeliner that I've just been using. So I'm going all across the crease of the eye, and I'm also bringing it down to the outer corner of my eye to create that winged shape. And we just want to do this very thin, just making sure that we cover all of the white base that's still remaining. Okay, now we can remove the tape. And I'm going to just clean up these little spots here that I've got using micellar water and a cotton tip. Okay, so now we can move on to the under eye area, and I'm going to first apply some of that P.Louise base using the same concealer brush that I used to carve the crease. Then I'm going to go in with these two brushes. So the larger one is for the orange shade and the smaller one is for the black shade. And I'm going to apply the orange first, and then I'm going to apply the black on top. I'm making sure that these are blended as much as possible, and we're also going to bring this up along where we've winged out the eyeshadow, just to create this full border of the cut crease. Okay, so that is the look pretty much complete. I'm just going to go do my face makeup, and then I'll be back to finish off the rest of the look for you guys. Okay, next I'm going to add a highlight. So I'm going to be taking my Lime Crime Opals highlight, and I'm going to be going in with this shade here called Gold. And I'm going to use two different brushes for that. So I'm going to be taking this large fluffy highlighting brush for my face and the small pencil brush for around my eyes. Next I'm going to be taking my NYX Crayon eyeliner in the shade Black, and I'm just going to be applying this into my waterline just to smoke it all out a bit and to also tie it all together with the black and the orange. Because this look is so full on and dark, I'm just going to be pairing it with a nude lip, even though I'm trying not to wear nude lipstick so much, but I think this is kind of like a good exception. So I'm going to be taking my go-to nude lipstick, which is my Lime Crime Lip Glaze in the shade Cash. Okay, so that is the look pretty much complete, and I know it looks pretty crazy right now. Some may even say wild. Oh wow. But once the lashes go on, it's all going to tie together, and it really is more of like an art piece rather than something you would wear out of the house. So obviously the next thing I'm going to do is apply mascara and lashes, and the lashes that I'm going to use today are my XO Beauty Faux Mink lashes. These are in the style Exotic. I'm going to pop these on off camera and then I'll be back to show you guys the completed look.
Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Fed them to tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen.
Okay, so here we have the completed look with lashes. I'm quite proud of myself actually. I've never done tiger print before or zebra print or anything like that, so this is my first time giving it a go, so I'm proud of myself. Don't roast me because I know that it's not perfect, but it does have that effect, so I think that's a pass. It's definitely a very wild look. You obviously wouldn't really wear this out of the house like I was saying before, but I just think it's super fun, and I love to create art, especially when it, you know, has meaning, and I think we all know what the meaning is here. Yeah, don't really have much else to say about this look because it kind of speaks for itself. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, then please thumbs up and subscribe and tick that little bell button so you can get notified every time I post a new video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.